Hello, hello, hello. Just give me a minute, guys. Still getting the last little few things set up here. We'll get our chats moved over. Make sure all my stuff. Ah. All right, just getting the last few things set up here. We got 1 minute here before the London Tokyo session opens. All right, make sure we're on the right account. Don't want to be making wrong account mistakes. All right, down to the last minute here before Tokyo session open. I don't have this. I don't really have a second hand. All right, just trying to make sure microphone's working. Yep. All right, should be good to go. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of like into the downside here. I mean, I feel like we got this massive 5 minute trend line built in here. But We could also push up to the, what, 50s, 60s here. Oh, goodness. We're going to try to at least make it till 10 o'clock tonight. Thank you guys for watching this evening. Hopefully everybody survived the trading session today. Today was a very, very tough trading session for a lot of people. I'm pretty sure it was so choppy today that I mean, it could have just destroyed a lot of people. I think I ended up turning into just kind of scalping, where I was just looking for 10 points, 5 to 10 points on the heavy side on an eval. But man, today was just insane. So far, guys, a fairly mild open. I will short up there at the 50s, 60s. If for some reason we push up there, we would need to make another leg pullback before we would consider that. So I would need to pull fib on this leg here and look for a deeper pullback. So all right, let's see here. There we go. Maybe listen to a little Alice in Chains here, guys. Kind of wake up a little bit. What's up, Hims? We're going to try to make it till 10 o'clock tonight, man. We feel like we're on the struggle bus this evening. I am glad that it is somewhat Friday on the nighttime streaming. I kind of like that big trend line to the downside as right now. I don't know how long that's going to take. I know one thing. I do not want to get trapped in any trades tonight. So we don't want to have to deal with that tonight. Last night was enough. A lot of consolidations back there to the 91, so we may get a bounce here. So this might be a good bounce area for a possible long. Look for 10 points. Right here. Or even down into this area. And that would be about that 50% also. So that's what we would need for a long. Oh, you going to give the Rico charts a try? Dude, if you want the... Did you look at them in the Discord, Hims? Let's see. All right. Let me tell you the sweet spots if you want to trade it, so you're not just taking random pullbacks. If you're looking for like the AA setups that The ones that I usually see very little resistance on, that is whenever we're in a complete 100% trend. That means you see all of your EMAs, you see everything in the right order, the cloud service, and you just get that one little wick pullback. You don't want to see a full candle pullback. You just want to see a wick pullback into that 21 EMA. And as soon as it starts coming down, just get short there at the bottom of that candle here. And three candles makes 10 points, and leave a runner and just get what you can get. That is the sweet spot if you're looking for something to bang out 10-point trades. But you got to think, when I'm doing it, I don't except for today. Today was an exception whenever I was over leveraged that eval, because I was seeing how much I can make on that 90% eval. But for most part, I'm usually only doing 3 micros. So I'm just doing a quick $40, then just try to get, because, you know, that trade setup happens a lot. So, I mean, you can take 4 or 5 trades in one session. You know, if you're making $50 to $100 per trade, so that'll add up quick. What's up, Rule Over? How are you doing? So we did not get that pullback, guys. So no entry. We're about to break that lunchtime high. Tonight we actually broke out of the PM session, which has been kind of weird. We've been struggling to do that lately. But you can see this nice trend line that we have building up here. So I feel like this could be the high of the night around that 950s, 960s area, kind of rerun this New York AM high, then sell back off the rest of the night. But you know how it is. Anything is possible. So, yeah, we're going to try to be as careful as possible tomorrow. Looking for a 10-point trade. What is it? I'm down to the last $70 I need to get that Bulanox payout. I need $70. We're sitting at 53,527. 23. So roughly $75. So hopefully we'll have a good chance of getting that tomorrow. I'm hoping the morning time price action gets a little bit better, because, man, that stuff has been rough lately. Another account that I really want to pass, that I really want a funded account on, is Lucid. So I just started training Lucid accounts last week, and I think right now we're up, 480. So I still need to make another 750 on that one. My next Bulanox account closest to payout is roughly $1,500. So I'm hoping if I can get to payout with that one, I may decide to start copy trading those 2 accounts, and that way to get to a payout again on that account, you only got to make $1,000. So, like I said, guys, we do not want to get ourselves into we do not feel like DCA and back into a trade today or this evening. My music turned off. Let's see. Where's the... There it is. It says, do you have multiple open on Ninja? I have a Trader Pro and only can open Apex or Bulanox open one at a time. I'm assuming it's a Ripnik account. You only can have one Ripnik account open at a time, Fish Lips. So that's why anytime I signed up for any other prop firm, I make sure it is a Tradeovate account. And that way I can link my Tradeovate account. So my Take Profit Trader, my Lucid accounts, my Lucid account that I have now, my Apex accounts, any accounts that I sign up with now is all Tradeovate accounts. Because you only can have one Ripnik account. So, like, for instance, I have one Apex Ripnik account that I hardly ever trade because I hardly ever log into it because I can't be logged into my Bulanox accounts. So I have to pick one or the other. And I just set up the Tradeovate connections under Ninja. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I'm not sure, but kind of. So under Ninja, here's my Apex Tradeovate accounts. This is Apex Ripnik. This is Lucid on Tradeovate. And I have a Take Profit Trader. I thought I did. I don't know if maybe I didn't name it. If you didn't sign up for those, what do you want to call it? You got to log in and out as you trade them. Dude, I am taking this short up here if we get up here, guys. So I'm taking that 50 short if we hit it. I'm actually going to put it at 49. The only way I will take that short off unless we close above 50. So if we push up there and just hit it, then pull back, I'll close it. But other than that, we're going to see if it pushes up there and sells back down. Does that sound right, Fish Lips? With your accounts? So, guys, we are trying to short. Yeah, I know that you only can have one Ripnik account open at the time. So, like I said, if I want to trade this Apex funded account, I have to disconnect from my Bulanox, then connect to that one. That's why a lot of times I forget to trade that one because I'm always signed into my Bully accounts. And I'm always just trading the Tradeovate ones. And those Tradeovate ones, the ones sometimes I have issues with. One of those ones have been getting bad fills lately. So I'm going to try to work on passing this last Bully eval, and I think that may be my last eval for a minute, and we're going to strictly work towards our build up our Lucid accounts. So I want to have a Lucid and Take Profit Trader eventually. Yes, I do Lucid through Take Profit Trader. I'm doing their 25Ks, Fish Lips. You only got to make $12.50 on those 25Ks, and you only got to make $1,000 to get a $500 payout with Lucid. And they got no consistency rule with their funded accounts. So their rules are very, very friendly. So Yep. Let's see. I'm halfway there. I'm at 480 right now on my Lucid account. What's up, Capital? How are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. Their consistency is 50% on the flex one. Maybe it's the black one, the blacks that have no, that's 60%. Oh, it looks like you have to get their. It looks like you have to get their Lucid Pro. I'm not sure how much that is with the discounts. Or maybe it's 84 with the discount. I'm not sure. But it's also a end of day drawdown and no daily drawdown. Max 2 minis, which we don't ever trade 2 minis on these small accounts. I want to say I'm using the flex, if I'm not mistaken. Either I'm using the flex or the and it's 50%, I'm not mistaken. And it's also end of day, also fish slips, but it does, and it's very rare that I make $500. So I'm not that stuff doesn't bother me. I want to say they're the. Oh wow! Thought I heard that Methodical said they just did a 50% off on Lucid. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Let me switch that over real quick. I forgot to switch it to that screen. How have you been, Capital? I heard Methodical Man just says that they're doing 50% off their accounts, but you only can get 2 accounts with them. You said you're doing fasting. How many days do you have to do fasting for? Or how many days are you doing fasting for? Yeah, I just heard you say that, Methodical Man. That's actually a fairly good deal. 50% for all in? So what is that, like $40 or $50 for all in account? Is that $50 for all in? Something like that? That's insane. All in, no activation fee? Whew. We are looking for a short up there around the 50, 60 areas. I don't know if we get there. We would have to get through those previous day open, but we'll see what happens. I do like the shorts better. I feel like we're building up a massive trend line break here for us to break to the downside. Especially if we break back below 73. Are you still trading everyday capital, or have you just been taking a break from trading also? Let's see. Oh, you barely have time for trading these days. Okay, so you've been super busy. Guys, there's just not really a lot going on right now. We're just kind of just we're just barely moving. So, and like I said, I do not want to get caught in a trade tonight where I have to DCA out of that thing. So now we're just kind of just chilling on the sidelines, just being patient. I'm looking for that 50 to 60 area to get hit. I am going to start taking those trades off of this level. So this is your midnight candle that we got marked out. And I've been watching that thing a lot the last couple of days, and man, we've been just getting insane bounces off of that level. That level is constantly a magnet at the, because it's the next day opening. And I've been wanting to stay up till 11 o'clock because it seems like whatever way we break from that candle, we always continue down for at least 10 to 50 points. It seems like. Now, I'm not sure how much I like this trade, the fact that we're possibly setting up for a order block here where we're getting these three candles stacking up like this. So we might have to do like a little backdoor where we let it hit to make sure it holds, then put the trade from the backside, then use that wick as our support. And it looks like we're getting that type of price action that you don't get that regular like U-shaped pullback. And so what we mean by this, and to me for the longest time, I've always struggled with this price action. This is the same price action we had today. I've never been a big fan of this type of price action here. This is, I don't know, it's almost like we're just constantly trading in boxes. So it's basically what we're doing. That means we're just kind of, we'll get like this consolidation period. And then just out of nowhere, you get that big break candle of like 40, 50 points. And then consolidation again. Then you get that one big break candle that sometimes will trap people because they thinking it's going to break out. Then the next thing you know, you're consolidating again. Another breakout. Then looks like we consolidated at the end of the night. And this price action, this is the price action that I'm not a big fan of just because I feel like it's so easy to get trapped in the breakouts. And then you're just sitting there just, chopping around for a while. And that's what it felt like. A lot of people probably got hammered today on their accounts. The openings have been pretty tough, except for we had like this massive box. Look at this big old consolidation area that we were just stuck in, 50 points? Yeah, Outer's still around. He's usually always posting in the Discord his ideas and stuff. He's always giving some really good information in the Discord. I think he's been busy himself lately too, or the price action really just hasn't been his forte, so he's been kind of skipping on the crazy price action. So he's been kind of we are trading the MNQ. I'll put that in the chat so you can see it. It is the micros of the NASDAQ. Like I said, if for some reason we do get that push up here, we will look for a short out of this area. Why short with that price? To sit in a very long, painless watching paint dry. I don't know. I mean, it's just part of the Asia market type price action. It's just a grindy type price action. I mainly do the Asia market to try to build my YouTube channel because it's really hard to find subscribers during the New York session because of there's so many people streaming during the morning session. And so it's so saturated that I have to come to the Asia market to just kind of hang out, talk about charts or whatever. Listen, if people want to share their ideas about what they're trading. And so, if we're able to find like little entries to get in, like last night, man, I think we stayed in a trade for like two and a half hours. We stayed in it a long time. I have been looking at some gold setups with the methodical man lately. So that would be, let's see, actually that's a setup right here. Let's see if we can get our thing in time to set it up. But what we're trading on gold, the RR is kind of way off. And this would be gold here. Woo! Things. All right. We'll keep an eye on it. If we get close to the entry, we'll switch back over. Thank you. Is that rich? Dude, I don't know what it is. I've been staring at these screens so much lately that it's been making my eyes feel blurry from staring at these computer screens so much. Uh-oh. Yeah, what I've been doing on gold, this is something Methodical Man's doing. So basically what he's doing is he's bottomed the close of the candle at the lowest point, and mostly it usually goes down there and hits it, and you can get like a quick 5 points. But the RR is kind of skewed, but I think for the last 2 weeks, I don't think it's taken a loss for 2 straight weeks, if I'm not mistaken. You just got to be here to take them. No, I did not study breakers. Honestly, Capital, I forgot about them. I remember you talking about that night. Is that something on Google or YouTube that we can look? I can look up for breakers? Oh. Oh. Let's see. I'll put it over here so I don't forget about it. Oh, there's nowhere you can like just learn them? So far, guys, nothing really to do here unless we break back to the downside or we go up there and tap into that swing level up there at the 50s and 60s. We'll give the price action another hour, hour and a half. If we are not gotten any movement in the next hour and a half, we'll probably call it there because we were on quite a bit today. Oh, it's in the ICT mentorship 2016 month 4 core. Okay. I don't know if I ever watched any of the 2016. I think I watched either um, a good bit of the 22 or 23. But that's been a little while since I've watched that. Is there anybody in the position now? Does anybody want to share what if they're in a trade at the moment or if they're just stuck in a trade? Don't feel bad if you are stuck in a trade. I get stuck in trades quite a bit. Like last night, I got stuck in that short, and it was a stupid short too. And I knew it once I did it. It was at that freaking super trend break, and that was literally the low for like the next 2 hours. That was the low. So, oh goodness, insane. Yeah, we did blow one eval earlier this week. Whenever, no, I don't really know too much about the investing with that NVO uh, company. I don't know much about stocks. I mean, I know probably the basic stuff, but I don't ever look into any type of investment when it comes to stocks. We pretty much just kind of trade on future contracts, and we just trade whatever's kind of going on now. Embry, MB. So yeah, no stock. So I don't like go out and look for stocks to short or long or anything. We're still about 10 points away from our gold entry too. We have a gold entry set on here too. So, and I'm going to be looking for a possible short here up at the midnight close around that 50 area. Then I will be short all the way if we can break. Right now it's up to around 80. But who knows if we get or if we just pretty much just grind up higher. The New York AM session highs up there at that 950, 960. So that's the area that we're looking at. It's the AM high from this morning. I'm still using the one indicators that you shared with me, Capital. I'm still using the ICT kill zones and pivots. So we haven't stopped using these indicators since you shared them with us. So Capital is the one that shared these indicators with me. I really haven't been taking them the way he showed me, but I've been using them definitely as targets and areas of interest that we could go to. So I've been using it more for that purpose than, or even the breakouts below the areas. So this is why I'm thinking that maybe we push up right above the New York high here, the New York AM high. So that's why I've always said I'm always welcome for anybody that wants to share any kind of trading information. You know, if someone likes it, if it fits their style, that's awesome. If not, at what time do you trade? Mostly the New York session, Jose. The Tokyo market's usually fairly slow. You may get 2 nights a week, 3 if you're lucky, of some good movement. But for most of the nights during the week, it's usually grindy price action where you're stuck in like a 20 to 30 point range. Then maybe after the top of the hour, so I'm feeling like we probably won't have another movement until probably the 9 o'clock hour. So it just seems like the Asia market likes to pop at the new hourly candle. So whenever we get a new hourly candle, most of the time you'll get a little bump. No, I did put that on there one night. It's a nanos, but I don't know if it'll still let me keep that on there. We can look real quick. We'll have to go back over here. Actually, it's been kind of frozen, so I don't want to change it. Let me make a new thing real quick. New tab. Micros bit. It's something like that. Yeah, the only way that I can trade that, I have to trade Nano's bit futures because that's the only thing I guess my accounts will let me trade. So you can trade futures with Bulanox. Let me make sure my other. Let me take this off. I don't want this crap to enter me in a trade. Now, I don't know how much money it does, but I'm like, oh, what did it say? So maybe Bulanox won't let me take it. Let's try a Lucid account and see if it'll let you take it. Or is it moving? Looks like it is. I swear one day I was able to trade this, but I don't know why it's not letting me now. So not really sure the reason behind that. Shoot, we have a swing all the way down here too. So that would be what? 1, 2, 3 swings. We almost made that mistake. We don't want to trade that. Oh, you took the short at the 925. Oh yeah. Nice. I was only looking for that push up there to the 60s. No, I wouldn't mind trying to trade some of those crypto futures like on the nano bitcoins. This is the MNQ. Here's the tag there. It's basically the micros of the NQ. What's up, Josh? How are you doing tonight? Is there anybody in the lobby trading tonight, or is everybody still sitting on the sideline? If we break this 900s, we may get a push down to, let me pull the fib on here and see where we could get to for the 50% pullback. Oh, never mind. We're already at the 50% pullback at the 900s. What? 898s. I just signed up. Okay, so you left crypto trading and you're now, are you going to be trading prop firms, or are you going to be trading your real account, Sauce, or what are you going to be trading? I'm going to get into trading, but on my laptop. That's fine. It don't matter, man. I hear people even trading on their cell phones. So I think just whatever works for yourself. Court. Yeah, we're trading MNQ. So we're trading with prop firm accounts. We're trading 25 and 50Ks. And minis are just too big. So minis are $20 a point, where micros are $2 a point. But you can adjust the micros to whatever many points you want to trade. So most of my trades are usually between, on my funded accounts, are usually between 2 to 5 micros. Most of the time, 3 micros. So that's usually what we do on our funded accounts. Evals, it just iffies. It depends on really how much I had to pay for the eval. If it's a cheap eval, sometimes we're a little bit more aggressive, then we'll over leverage a little bit. But we don't do that a lot. We actually did it today for the first time in a while. This is, yeah, that's your plan. It says, do you have a YouTube? Oh, yeah, that's capital S and fish slips a question. I know we're like $70 away from $1,000 payout, and we're kind of in that iffy zone where, you know, I know it's very easy to go tilt when you get that close to payout. I wish I could have got it today without having that second trade. So right now we're sitting at 53,523. So we still need 70. Well, I mean, yeah, about $75 more to get over the threshold. So kind of hoping we get that tomorrow. Man, do we break this? I feel like we could easily push back to the 75s here. Or even the 88s. Because we're breaking that. It's so hard to get short whenever you're at the 50% of the leg here, because this is notorious bounce area at the nighttime. So like I said, we don't want to get trapped in any kind of position. So we're just going to make sure we just sit to the sideline. And if anything, we'll wait and see if we get that pull back to the 75. And we could possibly take a long off 75, because it looks like we have a lot of wicks sitting there at the 75, 80s. Yeah, right now it's probably the cheapest you can get your evals starting out if you're just trading prop firms, because Apex and Bulinox are 90% off right now. So you can pick up accounts for a little under $20. The 25Ks you can get for $15. And they usually only give us like a week or so out of the month for most time to give us that 90% off. So see, this could be the next leg here. Oh, for the pushback up. If this area holds, like I said, this would be your 50% pullback for your next leg up to move to the top side. Because I mean, this is what, the third leg, so leg, and if this one makes it, this will be another leg. So you would think that if we make a leg here, that we'll continue pushing up there to those highs up there. Then for a pullback, I mean, man, I almost want to, like I said, we may even possibly take a short off of the 75.80 here. I don't really have much of a nighttime strategy, man. Nighttime, we're just trading off some kind of support resistance or breakout trend lines. So the nighttime likes to break out of trend. To me, I like using trend lines at night times where, like, you got this 5-minute trend line. So you got a swing here, and right now we have a swing here. So we just keep making lower highs. Then what you're doing is just kind of waiting for us to kind of break out of that area to get the push down. But I'm not sure if we're quite there yet. We would have to really lose the 74, 75s for us to continue back to the downside. And even then, I'm not sure how much of a struggle it would be for us to get through the 60s, because that's the top of your PM session. And there's some 2 or 3 big wicks there. And we only trade evals at nighttime, so we don't trade our funded accounts. The market is so slow. I don't ever recommend trading the my fundeds at nighttime. We try to also buy everything into discount and premium. We will short, or opposite of premium, and it's the same with discount. So right now we're pulling back into discount on this leg altogether, but I haven't pulled the overall leg to see where we're at. So this would be your overall leg right here. So if this is going to be your high, you would anticipate for us to pull back at least 50% of this leg, or even 60%. So, and that would be all the way back down to 840 to 820. We'll mark out that 50% just in case we lose it, so we don't have to keep this on here. And so you got a lot of wicks here, so I didn't know if we would bounce here or not, because I mean that's a lot for us to get through in the what do you want to call it, the Asia market. I just don't feel like we got the volume to get through there. So that's why I was kind of wondering if we're going to build like a little trend line here, then at the top of the hour, we'll have this, like maybe this nice break back to the upside. Are most of you guys trading, or are you guys just watching trading, and maybe you're just something you're interested in? Man, I don't know about you guys. I'm kind of ready for the weekend. I feel like it's been a long week this week. I think especially since we're... Thank you for watching, RMJ. Thanks for watching from the Caribbeans. Yeah, I know. I'm wondering if we bounce back above the 200 here. I'm thinking maybe we get that breakout at the top of the hour here, Fish Lips. I'm thinking it just kind of sits here. Okay, so you usually do the swing trades. We had another guy in the lobby today that does swing trades. I've never experimented with the swing trading. And I think that's because most of the prop firms that I use don't allow me to hold the trades overnight. Is Baby Pips a good site to learn trade? I've never even heard of Baby Pips. That's totally new to me there, RMJ. Nope, this is just regular EMAs, Sai. This is just your 21, your 9, 21, and 50. And I could probably even do it. I mean, they're on there, but we don't really ever use them for anything. Oh, this one right here. Damn it. I got to make sure I didn't get put into a gold trade. No. My camera's in the way of my screen, guys. I have to look around it. Yes, this is live now. This is a Tokyo market. We're trading the NASDAQ, MNQ. Squeeze. You said it's difficult to read the small front. To sell my candles, because I forgot to set in my ATM strategy. We had that trend line drone on there. We were just kind of waiting for that trend line to get broke at the top of the hour. It broke a little bit sooner than I was hoping for. I wanted it to break here at the 8 o'clock hour. May get stopped out here. I'd rather just take my stop out and get a better entry. Let me look at your messages. Give me a minute. It looks like you're going to see. It's a sell to, man, we just barely hit our take profit. We're like literally one tick away. We entered on 3 contracts and we sold 2 at 10. We'll sell 2 at 10. What the? Close this. I gotta. What is going on here? I don't know why it's doing that. I still like the longs for the push up here. Oh, Methodical Man must be taking that other trade. Dude, my stuff is... There we go. Let me take that gold off. Okay. I was having issues with my ATM strategy. Dang it. This thing just made a swing there. I may close that. I don't like that we made a possible swing. we'll keep a very short, tight leash on this if we can't get to moving up. I don't really want to risk a lot on a nighttime trade. And like I said, I do not want to get stuck in a trade tonight. I'd rather just take my loss. Because of our trend line break, but I'm not sure. I didn't expect this weird looking candle here. This weird candle kind of threw us off a little bit. I mean, we have a trend line break, top of the hour. A lot of times, top of the hourly candle, we get a push. Maybe that was the hourly candle. Maybe that's what it was. I bet you that was the 8 o'clock candle that did that weird crap. It's kind of hard to go to break even too fast in the nighttime, but if I can get a break even trade and get a better entry, that would work out better. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened to my freaking ATM strategy thing a while ago, man. I think got jacked up. We're going to run into some resistance up here, guys. So, all right, let me look at the chat. I got distracted. I was trying to get that set up. Somehow my ATM strategy got kicked off, so it was kind of messing my stuff up. No, see what happened to Hims? My ATM strategy got kicked off, and I was trying to I was buying, so I was selling 2 contracts at that 19 while ago. I didn't realize that was the hourly candle that did that quick wick down. That's what happened there when we were at the break even while ago. See, we were anticipating this breakout here at the top of the hour. This is what I was saying about trend lines and top of the hours in the nighttime. Almost every night, it seems like we get this type of price action at the top of the hour. It's boring as crap from here till 10 o'clock. But, man, that next hour hits, and you got a nice trend line build up. We're popping. I feel like we could possibly go up to the 50s, and heck, I may even short up there, guys. You don't want anything deeper than the 20 here. Yep, all you got to do is put the lines on the charts, and the charts likes to break. So this is what these little purple lines you see here. So, yeah, and this is a 5-minute chart. You can see the little 5-minute trend line. We're just making lower highs, then break. So I feel like the overall downward for the night is this here. Look at this big, massive 5-minute trend line break here, man. If we can break to the downside, it is going to be some downtown action tonight. I think we have to go up there and touch those 50s and 60s areas. Then I think maybe that could be the high of the night up there. We have a lot of resistance if you go look to the left in that area. You can see we hit that thing so many times today. And I don't think we have the volume to get through it here in the nighttime. I almost want to shoot for the 50. I just feel like we could possibly get to the 50 up here. Where's gold at? Did gold get back down there? No. Gold's pumping. It's just, it hasn't come back down. Yeah, if you're looking for something to easy to trade at nighttime, the trend line breaks is probably the easiest. And pulling fib on your legs. So you want to pull fib on each one. Yeah, I like that up there too. I'm just not sure if we get through those 50s or not. If we lose that 20 level, it's going to be We don't want to lose that 20 level. Dude, this level up here is, we've been, what, the previous day closed there at the 35s is what we're bouncing off of. Look, right there, 36. Dude, does this thing just breaks? Man. All right, we may get stopped out on a runner here. I'm just going to take whatever points I can get because I feel like it's going to come back and hit us. Now, if this can push back up, maybe we can look for something off the 25. Dude, if this thing... Let's see where we... I mean, we still even got to play back down to the 75 here. Woo. I will make sure we will not short that 73 level. So we will take possible long off of that. But I feel like we're going to probably run this leg here because we're already over 50% of the pullback. I mean, we're already into the, what, 78% on the fib on this leg here. So if the bulls are going to stay in control, they kind of need to hold this level here at the 900s. And we're bouncing off that trend line. See us hit that trend line also. Like I said, we just don't want to get trapped in, like crazy, like on the wrong side of the shorts and longs tonight here. The next line in the sand is going to be probably, if we lose the 900s, it's going to be the 83. So that'll be our next pullback session. That would be your 50 EMA on the Rico candles, or even the 50 EMA here. How much time we got left for the 5-minute candle? You kind of want to see. Oh, shoot, we still got 2 minutes left on that 5-minute candle. All right, so we done lost almost 100% of this leg. So remember, unless we get below 75, please do not short into 75. Make sure we lose 75 if you're careful around that area there. It looks like really a nice bounce area. And I may even try to just take the bounce off the 75. Because look, we got all these wicks here. I just don't see how we don't bounce right here. Still got 33 seconds left on this next 5-minute candle. We don't want to get caught on the wrong side of the short again, so we've already had that once. It looks like strong support on the 1 hour. Is that at the level that we have marked out? Is that 1 hour support there? We got a lot of 1 hour. Look how many candles we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So got like 10 candles. Might try a bounce there. See if we get a bounce here. Then 75 will be my line in this, or 74, 75 will be my line in the sand. And we'll just go to break even quick if it wicks us in. I'm not going to, like I said, we're not going to get ourselves trapped in a stupid short tonight like we did earlier this week. So I will just take my loss. Don't want it to keep hitting then rejecting. I want to get my hit then reject and get my points and get out here. All right, we're going to go to break even quick right here. So it's going to be either a quick trade or an instant just break even. Yay. Nice quick 40, 50 bucks on that one. Go, baby, go. No, I was in long. I did long, Gabe. I did the bounce off of the 85. Retested at 25. We took that because we had a lot of resistance sitting there at the 85s. You just look to the left and you can see all these resistance. Look, so I traded on the 5 minutes. If you got 10 to 15, 25-minute candles, it's going to take a lot to get through that. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 5-minute candles there. So I thought it was a guarantee for a quick 5 points. So you could have went in with 5 micros, and that's what I did. I went in with 5 micros, just looking for like 50 to $100. And it paid what? Almost 20 points. It pushed all the way up to what? 04. So that was almost a 20-point trade. It is a MNQ. We are trading on micros. No, Gabe, we wouldn't be interested in shorts unless we can kind of get a print below 75, 76 area. 72 is my short area. Yes, deal. We're trading the MNQ. Tonight we're being a little on the cautious side because twice this week I have been stuck in long, like trying to DCA out of trades. So last night, I swear I was in like a 2.5 hour trade because it seemed like as soon as I enter, I bought the bottom, and I knew I knew I did it. That's what's crazy. I just thought, well, maybe it'll get through there. It did not. It completely bounced. I bought the bottom, so I had to DCA out of that trade, and it took over 2 hours to get completely out of that trade. So it was then what was it? Monday night, I got caught in like this massive sell-off, and there was no DCA on that thing. It was like a 200-point sell-off. So we'll just sit here, be patient, and see what happens if we can find another like quick setup here. Oh yeah, we can. And what sucks, Gabe, on that, man, I was only like, I want to say about $300 away from passing that eval too, and we ended up hitting max drawdown because I was already stuck in it, so there's no way of getting out of it. So I was like, screw it. We'll see if we can DCA out of it. And with a 25K, you just cannot handle a 200-point sell-off. It's just way too much. Man, it's like this is almost like another bullish type candle here. Did we push back up? I'm surprised that we did not retest the 50s up there. Uh, 5 minutes. You could probably trade this on anything. I just like the 5 minutes. So the 5 minute helps. It makes me be a little bit more on the patient side watching the 5 minutes because you have to wait longer for the setups. Whenever I used to trade the lower time frames, man, I would just get myself into too many trades, like just a lot of fake breakouts. So I just find it easier just to stay on the 5 minutes. It makes me be a little bit more patient because it takes, you're going to sit here for 15, 20, even 30 minutes just waiting for something to happen, or even longer some days. So, but with those 5 minutes, those 1 minutes and 2 minutes, man, you could just get a lot of fake breakouts. It says, could you answer me? I'm talking through the progress. process. We're using 3 different firms, Gabe. We're trading with Apex, Bulinox, and Lucid Trading. Unfortunately, we could just be grinding. What's up, Shake? How are you doing? We could just be grinding to the bottom of the hour. That's what I was saying about the nighttime, man. It likes those like 30-minute candles and those hourly candles. Usually you get the better moves whenever you're at the top of the hour or the bottom of the hour. Better at the top of the hour. Let's see where gold is. Gold is about 13 points away here. The only thing is, it's like... Yeah. Is there a different thought process between the firms? No, I just make sure I try to just stick to the ones that I know it's been around for a while. So, Lucid, I don't know how long they've been around, but I've heard good things about, I haven't heard anything bad about Lucid. Apex has been around for a long time. Bulinox has been around for a long time. Who else? Take Profit Trader. Trade Day, they're similar. No, Trade Day is kind of like Take Profit Trader. I haven't used day trades, but they're similar to Apex. Prop firms, they don't check no credit, man. You can start learning. Yeah, Top Steps is a good one. I'm just talking, well, for if you're new, I usually just recommend Apex or Bulinox since they're the cheapest, because more likely you're going to probably blow your first few evals, and you always want to spend as little as money as possible when starting out, because the more money you spend in the beginning, the more frustrating you'll get, and it makes it hard to continue. That's why most people end up stop trading. Yeah, I've used Top Step before, Gabe, but I've only ever had like 1 or 2 accounts with them, and that was I'm talking about when I very first started trading, and they used to be hard to pass back then, Gabe. You used to have to like pass like three steps to even get a funded account with them, or 2 steps. Like, it was hard. No, I mean that's not a bad idea. I don't really usually recommend that in the Asia market. I mean, I think that's a good idea for like your New York time where you got a lot more volume. Yeah, it was crazy a couple years ago with Top Step, Gabe. Like, you had to go ahead like step 1, step 2, then step 3. I think you would finally get your funded account, or maybe they even had 3 steps. Then the 4th one you got your funded. It used to be pretty wild. Like, it was tough, and it was like $100 a pop for evals. Gabe, like, it was expensive. That's the only reason why I never really started using Top Step back then, because it was so expensive. At least for me, it was expensive. So, but that is pretty much all my Top Step experience. Other than that, I haven't really kept up with them the last couple years. I mean, I know they're still there. I think I stopped really paying attention to them whenever they started doing channels. Sometimes I'm like not confused by the prop firm channels, but I feel like it's kind of deceiving almost, because you know the prop firms make money on you losing your accounts or having bad experience. I don't really understand the purpose of why they would want to help people out streaming. Like I don't understand their purpose. But I guess that's just me, thinking in my head whenever with the prop firm channels. And maybe they do help. I guess I don't ever watch them. So the only time I really watch a prop firm channel, sometimes I listen to Methodical Man on My Funded Futures every now and then. But that's probably about the most that I watch prop firm channels for the ones that stream. And I know Top Step was the first one to do it. I know My Funded Futures does it. Padeas does it. And there may be a few others that do it, but I'm not sure. So we did get our little trend line break here, guys. So it could be one of these deals where we just kind of trade sideways into all this choppiness here before we finally get the breakdown. I'm waiting to see what happens with 72, 71. I almost consider just putting one micro there to see if to kind of put a little teaser there and see if we get a bounce. Don't want to get stopped out right away here. I don't want to go in too heavy because I'm not sure if that's going to hold. But I think it does. At least one bounce. Remember, we're only doing one micro here because I'm not sure if this level is going to hold tonight because it's pretty high up. We're looking for 72, 73. One bounce off the ORB. Where's the ORB level, David? I don't even know if the ORB worked this morning. If it did work, man, it was super messy. The choppiness this morning was just off the rails, man. So I'm just hoping most of the people, I call those survival days. Whenever the price action is just straight garbage, I'm like, okay, this is survival mode. You just look for our 10 points and look for runners. So I think that was most of my trades today. We're just looking for 10 points and runners. Trying to find something else to listen to. I like the Jimmy Buffett song "Come Monday." Anybody ever listen to Jimmy Buffett? I don't listen to him a lot. Every now and then his stuff pops up on YouTube. Oh, you said give me a minute. All right. Like I said, man, there's tons of consolidations. Like, I still feel like we need to run those 50s up there too. Oh man, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Whew, goodness. Oh, the opening to the noon. Oh, open to the moon. Oh, at the earnings. What earnings was this today? Did we have earnings today? I guess I missed that. If we had earnings. Oh, let me keep up with my one TikTok page because sometimes that thing disappears if I don't keep an eye on it. TikTok likes to close that page on me. Yeah. What's up, Uncle? How are you doing tonight? Let me see what we got left on this 5-minute candle. Might break out for long here. We still got a minute. The only thing is, since we broke structure, I don't know if it's just going to be. I'm trying to think. How did that pan out last night? Never broke that, so we never made a new high, so this would be a higher low. So you would think that this would just be a 50% pullback to the 10 for reversal to come back down. So we'll mark that area out, and you want to see if that's going to hold. $24,847. Oh, yep. Dude, look at this messy price action this morning, guys. This stuff is just straight. This stuff right here was just insane. I can imagine how many people are just getting just tore up today. Oh, that's ugly. It easily could have been a really nasty red day today if you wasn't too careful. The only thing that I ended up trading really aggressive was around lunchtime. We started slinging the eval around. This morning I traded the range and made. Yeah, if you're good at range trading, man, I bet you were just in beast mode this morning on that range play. I'm always scared to trade range because I'm always feel like it's just going to blast my entry. So I don't ever trade range. I'm not even a fan of this square breakout type trading either. I hate, instead of having like the classic pullbacks or the classic lower highs, I hate whenever you get this type of a consolidation like this. Thank you guys for the likes and follows tonight. Hopefully, everybody's still in a safe position tonight. If you entered a trade, we did have a nice bounce. Oh, why am I on gold? We did have a nice bounce off of the 83 a while ago, and that paid almost 20 points. Chase, it just takes, it just actually just takes a while of just, watching and studying charts, learning from as many different people as you can, or finding someone that you think is trustable to learn from. To me, I've just learned just from just a lot of chart time. I like to go back and just look at charts. I like to look at for patterns, and I trade off a lot of like support, resistance, trend line breaks, just kind of like an accumulation of things. I feel like the market just is different every day. I mean, every now and then you'll get those back-to-back days where it's like the same type price action, but man, it just seems like every other day, man, it's like the price action is just insane. Like today was a super rangy day, so if you're good at trading range, today was your bread and butter. I mean, the range was just insane. This was the range right here that we were stuck in this morning for like 2 hours. Then we finally started getting the breakout to the downside. But yeah, today's price action was super tough. I'm pretty sure a lot of people lost accounts today. I mean, I'm more than positive people were getting trapped on both sides. And that's usually the worst type of trading, whenever it's kind of just locking you in. You know, you're taking all those fake breakouts. And so you get stuck in shorts or you get stuck in longs and you're over leveraged and it just ruins your day. My favorite thing is to trade the opening. I like trading the opening morning trades. I like trading off the 15-minute candle in the morning. This is NinjaTrader. I don't ever really recommend NinjaTrader to anybody that's new to trading. It's so much to set this crap up. The easiest thing to probably trade on would be probably Tradeovate. All right, let's see what happens at this 50% mark. Do we bounce here or do we blast it and go back up to the top? Yeah, Tradeovate's very user friendly. Ninja is good once you get used to it, but like I said, there's so many steps to setting this crap up. They make it such a pain to set up sometimes. That's the beginning of the 4-hour candle at 9 o'clock, David. Remember how I said I like to trade around those higher time frames in the morning? It's this candle here. So this is a 4-hour candle, 4-hour candle, and these are 3 or 4 individually 1-hour candles. And so a lot of times in the morning, we look for us to run like one of those 4-hour candles or hourly candle. And most of the time you'll get some rejection off of that around that 15 minutes. And I like to trade it when it comes back up through our 15 minutes. So this morning, did we run that? Let's see. Where's our 15? You see how we ran all this previous hourly candle here? So it looks like what around this candle here, it looks like we blasted this previous hourly candle and then we started coming back up through the 15 minutes. But it still was just so choppy. So this looks like your opening candle here. We waited for it to run a higher time frame candle. And then I want to say I got long around here somewhere. I don't remember the exact area, but I know I took the breakout candle this morning to the upside. $9.35. I like the 935. I mean, I actually wouldn't mind longing with you. I'm just waiting. What's up, Down Bad? How are you doing? We're doing good. Seeing if we can find more trade. Let's see. I think we're almost at the $100 for the night. We're sitting at 89 right now. So if we can find one more little trade before we have to get off after a while, we should break that $100 that we usually try to get in the Tokyo session. So you don't trade. Oh, trust me, David. I've just recently started trading that opening. It took me a little while to get used to it. I spent a lot of time staring at that and try to make it where I can try to make something work. And using those higher time frames has probably helped me the most. You just got to wait for us to run one of those higher time frames, and if it comes back up, just wait for like a nice clean 5-minute candle to print with a wick, then long. Even though this price action was pretty nasty, I'm not going to lie, this price action was nasty. Dude, I'm trying to say we haven't really had any nice clean openings in a minute. This was probably the cleanest that we had this week so far, I feel. So, all right. We didn't quite run that last 4-hour candle. And this 15 minutes, I think we already ran the 4-hour candle. See how we already ran the 4-hour candles here? And then we got that push back up. So this is what we look for in the morning with the higher time frame. This way I don't have to change my charts. I'm like, all right, we already know where all the 4-hour lows, the 1-hour lows, and we just got to find an entry amongst the higher time frame. So we just wait for us to run a higher time frame or office of resistance. So this would have been the previous day close or previous day open. For some reason I can't remember what those were. So if you were looking for the safer setup, it would have been here. This would have been your safest setup. See how we got this nice clean candle right here? And we created a 3-candle order block. And this candle here would have been your entry. We printed right above the previous day open. And I was already in the long, so I didn't enter because I was already in the long whenever we started breaking back above the top here. So I want to say I feel like that's only the one few like really nice clean moves, man. We've had some crazy just price action at the, I think this might have been Monday if I'm not mistaken. This one, see, you already ran the 4-hour and it was just kind of just chopping to the upside. I don't remember. I want to say we took the short this day. We were messing with the short. To me, it works best whenever you get that big push one way or the other, then comes back down through it. Where's the price action at? I got to keep up with price action because I don't want to. All right, we're back down at the 91s here. So this one was fairly nasty and choppy, but this would have been your opening candle somewhere in this area here. See how we ran all these higher time frames to the left of us? And most of the time when we run those higher time frames to the downside, you come back up through the 15 minutes, even though this was kind of nasty looking. Like I said, the opening has been just insane garbage lately. This is another nice 5-minute 5-minute setup. So how we get this, I look for this type of setup in the morning too. This is why you'll see me pulling fibs on all the opening 5-minute candles most of the time. So what we're looking for is whenever we get that big bullish reaction from like that candle when it's like 50, 60 points, you will pull fib on this 5-minute candle. And what you want to do is you want to see it hold under the 40% of that previous 5-minute candle. And you want to have a nice full body candle where the bottom of it or the top of it, whichever one you're trading. But if you're trading the shorts, you want this wick to be fairly small, and you want to see a 20 to 40% pullback. The lower the better. So 20%, dude, that means we're still super bull or bearish. And one of this candle, I would have been short, probably right below the 300s, because we already hit the 300 once. We pushed back up to the 20, 25 most of the time, and then I would have shorted as it was coming back down. And this candle went down, what, almost 60, 70 points. All right, let me get back over at the price action. I think we're about to get tagged in. There's just one micro here, guys. One micro. Which indicator are you talking about? Those square boxes? Those are just opening range indicators. So basically what it does is it allows me to put Pacific times in those. It's an indicator that I have in Discord if you're using Ninja. I only have Ninja indicators. Did I move my charts where you couldn't see them? If I did, I'm sorry. We had a really nice win streak going there for a while at the opening. It was, I had, I think, one day last week where we finally took our loss in the opening after, I think, a couple weeks. We were having some really nice price action at the opening, but since last week during the non-farm payroll and those CPI numbers, it has been straight butt. Like, the price action has been super tough. Now, if we can lose this 72 area and kind of print and kind of retest, we'll be all in on the shorts. But unless it breaks that level, we're not. Was that the 75? That might have been the 75 bounce. Not quite. Close. Oh, you're talking about the fibs that we pull on the candles. So basically what it is, how I keep myself out of trades, server, like, so I don't take fake breakouts. So look at this big bullish 5-minute candle. So this is what I'll do a lot of times before I enter. I'll already have my fib pulled on this 5-minute candle. So like, okay, we're bullish. You're thinking, okay, we're going to get the breakout. And what happens? This 5-minute candle basically pulls back over 80% of this previous 5-minute candle. So that discontinues that trade, so we're not looking for longs. So what I'm looking for, if I'm considering a long, I don't want it to trade usually over 40% of the previous 5-minute candle. I want it to stay above the 40% of the leg. Usually between above the 40%, the 20% is even better. You know that the bulls or bears or whatever way you're trading is still in control of the price action. And so that's usually what I look for in the morning, because you get a lot of fake outs in the morning. It's very easy to find yourself in a very fake out trade in the morning. So that's why you'll see me pulling fib on a lot of my 5-minute candles. It has nothing to really do with the overall move. If you want to look at the overall move, you need to just pull fib on the whole leg. So you would, scrunch your charts up. You would go down here to your previous low. So your leg would be from here to here. So, I pulled it the wrong way. Am I pulling that right? No. So here's the high of the leg, here's the low of the leg, and you're probably looking for a 50 to 60% pullback here. So you would think that with this 5-minute trend line break that we had here, that we would sell back down. And I guess we could use the overall leg, which would be what? Be here or here. So there, pull back, there, pull back. So this kind of looks like the pullback to me. And it's got like a nice little trend line going on right here. It's how we keep making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So you would think that this next leg would pull back down. I just use it for reference. Like I said, it just kind of tells me what's going on at the moment. You know, you might only get that one next candle though, you know, because most of my trades, I'm looking for 10 points and runners. So. See if we can find something else to listen to, man. Somehow I'll get on like nice, slow, soft music tonight for some reason. Dude, I've got my fair share of stuck in trades. So this is why we keep talking about we need to break this 93 level here. So this is a super trend indicator. And so that's where I took my trade on top of that. I shorted that, tried to short that last night down bad and got wrecked. That's how I got stuck in that trade last night. I was just like, let's just see if it fails. That's what happened. I was like, okay, we're not going to do that again. Let me see if I can find it. Or it might already moved already. What was that, last night? Yep, right here. Look. This is where I tried to short last night down bad. Remember? This was the bottom. I literally bought the bottom. I was like, well, maybe it's going to break through that trend, that super trend line. They're like, no. It went straight back up. So oh goodness. That's all right. We escaped it last night, guys. We escaped it. I can't stay on as late tonight, guys. I only slept like 4 hours last night, and plus we freaking streamed for like 5 hours today. So whatever, Mr. 2-hour methodical man. I feel like methodical man's been behind my back with a whip. Stay on. You're not getting off. Power nap. That's pretty much all I had last night, man, because we stayed on here till what, 12 o'clock? Or 11 o'clock my time, and then I got back up at like 3:34 this morning. Then today we stayed on the stream till like almost 1 to 2 o'clock this evening. So I like, man, we sat here for like 5 or 6 hours. It was a long day. Oh, were you talking about that last night trade, David, or are you talking about this morning? Oh, goodness. Yeah, I know. Last night was rough. I hate getting trapped in trades like that, man. Those are horrible. Man, it's like, do we go back up here? We still got 2.5 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. This could be the bottom here at 76. And we're about to get a new hourly candle. Might get a pop here. I might go in with 2 micros just to test the waters here. Let's see if we can. You really need to break above for the longs, you really need us to break above those 08s. We'll wait the closer we get to the top of the hour, because usually at that top of the hour, you'll get a little bump there on that hourly candle. Yeah, today's price action was very horrible. The market was very horrible today, E. I think I've seen that one on TikTok. Was that the Indian guy? Was that an Indian guy that was in that video? Is that the right one that I'm thinking of? Down bad? Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. I think I saw it. I forgot where I saw it. I think I saw it on the X. Some of those trading videos have me laughing. I like the ones where guys are like, you know, when it's like going in the opposite direction, they're like under the TV blowing on it, like, go, no. Oh, goodness. Uh-oh. I forgot gold. No, I closed it. No, it's still at 50.14. All right, 1 minute left for the new hourly candle here. Let's see what happens. You're going long K size? And we got a new 4-hour candle. So new 4-hour, 1 hour, all new candles here. So let's see who's going to take control here. Oh, you stayed on to a rebound? Whew. Yeah, it ended up going back. We almost got out at the bottom last night with our trades because that thing ended up going all the way back up to those highs. You're short with gold. Oh, I got what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, that was a gap fill in. Fish Lips brought that up last night. That it was on the 15 seconds. He said that 51 was eventually going to get pulled back and got hit, and that was that like that gap fill in or something on the 15 seconds. It just took a while to get there. fairly new candle. We still got 3 minutes left on this next candle, so we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. You really cannot get long unless we break this. You got to break this swing here. So that would there, new short. Oh, you're short in gold at the moment? I was looking for a long on gold at 50.06. By now, Miguel? I'm going to wait and see if we break that previous candle here. That's what, 08? We just wicked above it, so looks like we're about to wick above it. We're just going in with 2 micros, too, guys. We're not going to go in heavy at all. So this way, if it comes back and stops us out, because your stop loss is really supposed to be down at this swing. So, and that's a big, big stop loss. And this is the 50%. I don't know how much. It has to get through the 8s here. If I don't feel like it can't get through the 8s, we might close this. Because that's the 50% kind of area. What do we got? Minute left on this 5-minute candle. Dirty. It's going back down to 891. Okay. You said no. You're looking for 891 to get hit. Is that? Oh, that's your take profit. I'll wait till this next 5-minute candle. If this next 5-minute candle don't show any kind of like bullish action, we're going to probably close this trade. Because like I said, I don't feel like sitting through drawdown. Yeah, we saw the rejection there at the 08s. I thought we would get another push up to the highs up there. Like I said, I have no intentions to sit through any kind of crazy drawdown tonight, guys. If the trade doesn't work out, I'll just close it. We're just not going to do that tonight. I'd rather just close it and take my small loss. We're just in this in 2 micros, so we're not in very heavy. Let me close this over here. I want to say 97 is what you would have to lose to get down there. Yeah, we can open gold charts. All right, we had to close our trade. What do you mean lot size? I mean contracts we're using? Is that what you mean by lot size? We were using 2 micros on that last entry. So it's like $2 a point or $2 a contract. No, this is a MNQ. Oh, this isn't Forex. Okay, so Forex is called lot size. Okay. You're thinking waterfall's coming for the gold here? Is the NASDAQ for buy or waiting for news prices? I'm not sure if I understand that. Is the NASDAQ for buys or waiting for news? No, I don't think we're waiting for any news. We may have news in the morning, but I'm not sure what it is. Did you get your 91? Oh, it hit the 92. Did you take your profit? Who had the 91? Someone said something about Candle. Is it Candle? I think it said something about 91. Yeah, Candle Dealer. Nice. I'm not sure what the I haven't really been following that story, so I'm not sure when that ruling's coming. I know they had talked about it a few weeks ago, but it kind of disappeared, and I haven't heard much about it again. You're looking for another short off the 905s? Down for over weeks. So that loss while ago knocked us back down to basically $40. So a little bit farther away from our $100 goal. Sell now, thank me later. I don't really like the sells unless we're back below that 73 area. I mean, it's not that I don't trust anybody or, don't believe it won't work. I just, like I said, we're trying to stay out of those long, like, dragged on trades because I was planning on stop streaming around 10 o'clock tonight, and I know it's already 10:15, and I just don't want to get stuck in a trade and have to either walk away or sit here for an hour or two and babysit it. Shoot. Did that bounce? Nope. All right, we'll come back to gold in a minute. Thank you guys for the likes and follows tonight. Much appreciated. You long the 898s. Let me put gold on my other charts over here. MGC. All right, you got Server who's long at 98. And I want to say a few other guys are looking for shorts. I'm not going to take the long again. We already took it once, and so I'm not going to take the same trade twice. Thanks for sharing your trades. Boy, look at that 50% pullback. Low, high, pullback, go. Man, that was hard to see too. You said you're from India? Oh, okay. No, today was kind of an exception. Today, Shark, today's price action was super, super tough. If you were new to trading, you probably got your destroyed. Like today's price action was just whipping so fast that if you couldn't jump in and out of those trades super quick, you were just getting wrecked. It was just insane. Like I said, whenever we have days like this, I always kind of call those like survival days. Man, I could have been patient. That's the one thing about the nighttime is even if you get in drawdown, like instead of me just, like I said, I just didn't want to hold trades. You could have held that to the 91s. And it in the nighttime usually always comes back to your entry. It's a back and forth type of market. Like that's probably the only good thing about trading at nights. If you get yourself in a losing trade and you're not over leveraged, most of the time it'll come back to your entry. You might have to sit here for an hour or two sometimes, like we did last night, but most of the time it'll come back to your entry. Oh, I bet you, yeah, especially if you went in heavy. I'm not sure how, if you went in heavy or not, but man, if you went in with like a mini or even a half a mini, you just got wrecked. Yeah, this is the weekend, so this will be the last night of the Asia market trading. So then tomorrow night we'll just have the New York session. Then we'll be done. So tonight we're just using kind of support and resistance in the Asia market and trend line breaks. I don't really have much of a say like strategy in the Asia market because I'm still kind of new to the Asia market. We've been just trading the New York session for the last 2 years, and I just recently started trading the New York or the Asia session back in December consistently. And I pretty much will do like a lot of the trend line breaks for most parts on the Asia markets or like support and resistance. We took a small loser on this one because I thought we were going to get the breakout here, but man, it's just kind of stuck. I want to say our last like decent trade is like, so this would have been a lot of like support and resistance from earlier where you had like 5 or 10 candles stacked up and it offered a nice like 20-point trade. Whose orders got closed? Near Wells. Sorry if I'm saying that name wrong. Are you okay with just near well? I'm trying to see it. It's at the bottom of my screen. Excuse me. 910 is your target. Okay, that'd be a nice little 10-point winner. Nice. I might have missed some of your conversation there. Let's see. This week's ends. Yeah, people will sell. Oh, you're talking about the sell off possible for tomorrow. The indicators that you see on my charts right here, keeping is just the 21 and the 50, or 921 and 50 EMAs, and everything else is support resistance. So like previous day close, previous day open, the square boxes that you see, these are just higher time frames. And this is just what we usually use in the morning to trade off of. We usually look for like a run of the higher time frame. So like you can see what this was the opening. We ran the previous hourly low candle before we started pushing back up. Most of the time, that's the type of action you'll get in the morning. You just kind of wait for you to run a higher time frame, then look for a move to the other side. It just pretty much repeats it. It's just some days are cleaner than others. Today was not very clean at all. Go full port. Ooh. I don't ever believe in my strategy to go full port. Every time I feel like I pull port, it's like we're just straight up gambling. But hey, if you want a full port, now is the time to full port because it is 90% off. Oh, goodness. That's pretty funny. We do have news in the morning, though, if I'm not mistaken. So, where's the gold? Oh. Wow, we got a lot of overnight news tonight, guys. Holy goodness. The London market looks busy tonight. I don't know how much of those are market movers in the London session for you guys, or Europe or Great Britain has retail sales. Europe or Germany has whatever flash manufacturing, whatever. Not sure what those are. The U.S. has advanced GDP and core PCE price index and manufacturing. So, got quite a bit of news tomorrow and new home sales. So, yeah, a lot of news Friday morning. So, yeah, maybe that's what the market's waiting on tonight, waiting for all that that news. Guys, like I said, we're going to call it tonight at 10:30. Because, like I said, I get back up at usually 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's only like a 5 or 6 more hours for myself. And we'll be back for the opening in the morning. So we didn't quite get the $100 tonight like we were hoping to get. Like I said, we lost like $40 on that last little entry we had. But like I said, I didn't want to get stuck in no trades tonight. So, but thank you guys for watching. Like I said, we will be back for the New York session tomorrow. Hopefully we can get that last 75, 80 bucks we need to get over the threshold tomorrow. Thank you, David. If I don't see you tomorrow during the New York session, have a good weekend. Everybody be careful tomorrow. Protect your accounts. There's nothing worse than blowing up an account on a Friday and spending all weekend to think about it. That's always the worst. All right. Thank you, guys.